my god, bro.
Oh, hell no.
Do your drawings seem flat to you? Like you try to portray a 3D space and your subjects in it, but you can't seem to nail down the right angle, the proportions, depth? Well, you're in luck, because I am a
Universe of boundless knowledge.
and I will share with you some of the nuggets of it. Oh my gosh, look at them. Aww. For example, one of these nuggets represents perspective, and it's something that we cannot do without. See this room, for instance. Our 180-degree view makes it seem like the furthest thing away from us is shrinking away, even if it is a duplicate of the same size in reality. But that's due to our field of view. See, if we break it down like so, this same cube, when placed far away, covers a tiny portion of our field of view. But as soon as we move the cube closer to us and draw out its angular size, you can see how much bigger its projection has become when entering our eyesight compared to the far one, increasing the angular size and not the actual object itself. So drawing perspective grids with vanishing points can help you keep such things in check. You could even use a pre-drawn grid, such as this one from my 50-page guidebook from our website, which I'll be plugging here and there, and draw over it, not having to spend time on constructing wire mesh of lines. So doing this by hand or over a pre-drawn grid will strengthen your depth perception, from which you can move on to the next nugget of knowledge: a freehand drawing. What is that? Well, it is when you become more
Independent as a human being.
and move away from grid works to a blank page and start miraculously drawing 3D shapes with varying levels of foreshortening. As a quick demo, foreshortening is the same thing that I've explained earlier, which is basically moving objects closer or further away from us, and the effect looks like this. At this stage, it is up to you how much you want to practice and to what level of complexity, because the more you do it and with as much variety as possible, the better your intuition for three-dimensionality will become when attempting to draw dynamic poses, props, or buildings. You could even, and this is another plug, take these pre-drawn geometric shapes and try to flip them and flop them while trying to maintain their geometric proportions as close to the original as possible. This is super crucial for you to understand. Because if you find yourself struggling with these shapes, how do you think you will do when trying to shift the angle of your character's portrait, or their nose, or eyes, or any facial feature? So do not skip this part if you find yourself lacking in this department. Trust me on this one, I know from painful personal experience. But we don't need to get into that. Right now, what's more important is... Oh my gosh, is this another knowledge nugget in the shape of an organic life form that's drawn with more fluid and less rigid shapes? Why, yes. See, geometrically precise shapes can be a bit straining to draw, and while very important for learning, they are not the only types of shapes I would recommend practicing with. Now that you have some 3D intuition, try and draw a more fluid shape, abstract in nature. Think of some of the 20th century modernist sculptors, like Brancusi, Isamu Noguchi, or Henry Moore, and so on. This is where you can also practice a bit of shading, which is a topic I should do sometime in the future, but right now, do your best to try and play with these shapes and forms while still maintaining a convincing sense of perspective and depth. And if you're having trouble, here, let me just show one of my pages that has an example of a pre-drawn geometric shape with directional lines as well. Here you can not only soften a pre-drawn rigid shape, but you see these directional lines? You can form different fluid shapes by following these, emphasizing the cornering, bulking up or thinning out certain areas, both in a more rounded or sharpened manner. Doing this or doing it by hand are both valid ways to strengthen your 3D shape molding skills. And now that we have these skills at our hands, guess what, you little goobers? Take all of the previously gathered nuggets and combine them in a single unit and draw your dream version of a room. Start with freehand sketching to jot down different versions. Think of what kind of room plan you would like to have. Maybe play with floor elevations to diversify your room's overall landscape, and plot down the furniture you would like to have with simple shapes at first, and once you settle on a rough version of your choice, draw a desirable perspective view with a dynamic view angle of your choice, and start building up your dream with your gaming living setup, a reading nook, coffee table and a sofa for your guests to enjoy some tea time, the comfiest bed area you can imagine, a room decor of your choice and taste that aligns with your interests, and finally plop down yourself wherever you like in the drippiest clothing that represents you the most. And bam! All of this with just the 3 essential knowledge nuggets: perspective, freehand drawing, and 3D shape molding. Now, of course, you could do more by shading, using color perhaps, but let's take it one step at a time. And psych! Who do you think I am, a freaking amateur? I must simply not stop here! And take one more page out of my guidebook that has a detailed drawing of a landscape with possible alternatives by its side. So let me expand one. Draw out a new geological formation and different looking village in terms of its regional architecture. Fill in some background details, add a little bit of shading, and even color, and voila! Another one. Straight out of my 50-page guidebook, which you can get on our website for a price of a single cup of coffee by clicking the link in our profile. And thank you for watching. I hope your brain has wrinkled somewhat. And if it did, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what topic would you like me to explain to you in the future. Do you even like the texture of sand underneath your feet? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!